She opens it, looks inside, closes it.
Blinking lights illuminate the pathway.
Get it? Yes. Then give it.
She takes a breath.
7:30 a.m. He walks from the entrance on York Street, totally bypassing the correct entrance on 67.
When I'm prepared for rain, it never does.
Imagine this place I'm standing. Imagine we're just right there.
This is Active Listening, a New Dramatists podcast series that invites the resident playwrights to experiment with story, intimacy, and immediacy through sound experiences. This initiative was born of the questions that became urgent as our pandemic lockdowns began. What are creative alternatives to gathering together in rooms? What might a play for the ear sound like? Each episode is written and recorded by a different resident playwright. This episode features work by Kirkwood Bromley. Kirk writes, "The play is the story of Professor Bertha Lerner and her students starting a house of feminist studies in which men aren't allowed. Of course, various men try to get in, and several succeed. The first of them is Vaseline, a cross-dresser who lives in the attic." This is Wants Unwished Work by Kirkwood Bromley.
Once Unwished Work, a.k.a. A Birthday Play, by Kirkwood Bromley. Scene 2. Enter Bertha, Cormay, Marla, Lydia on the porch of the house. May woman, utera of knowings new, within this dreamt-of house herself reclaim. May she, the caring, altruistic sex, replenish here her fruitful, fertile traits. And may she, who lames a life if she is lost, fresh menses from her moral organ feel. Now, Cormay, Marla, Lydia, to you, in George's Athens, Sophia of the South, this house is here awarded, that as one you concentrate against your degradation and build the feminine shelter of our world. For man fears nepotus to relevance, with acts revolting does its birth assault. For man, fat war and form-forcing suppression, quick stagnant gifts to devolution are. For man, his staged, stage-frighting, asocial self thrusts into woman, rupturing her peace, as talk shows unacquit of fact or merit, insert in public prescience petty clack. Woman, man's beginning, has he betrayed. Therefore, I formally request you now, of woman's truth alone can you research? Will you, sans man, discourse on sex and urge? Can you your body's variant questing fix, free of men, upon a lustless fulcrum? Can you, not through men, not for men, not by men, be altered to your own discoveries? Marla, that won't be hard. To me, man's optional. A tigress pride he lingers to importune. No men, I say, and feel it natural as restriction of the weapon from the womb. Honest, ravaged Marla, you may enter. Marla enters the house. Lydia, can you promise this to woman? It's women who genetic change emote. Man's a necessary nothing, a go-between, a futile, fringe device creating bloat. I won't be used like easy oxygen. A victim, Lydia, you proudly are. You may enter. Lydia enters the house. Well, as we celebrate this house's birth, we happy birthday wish to our Cormay, who will, of course, our present promise try, and make her day a present to us all. By this promise all's tried by us, but us. Speak plain, Cormay, we are all sisters here. Suits woman wrath? Can she in hiding flourish? Her problem's root I've followed, her issues have pervaded me, yet new stimulus I wish us to attract and not diffract. Stasis is no thesis, isolation is healthless life, pointing fingers point back. Let's balance rage and reticence and accept into our Congress of inclusive strife an acting arbitration with all life. But Cormay, you have signed the grant with pen, and see its strict deletioning of men. I've done as much. It was inhuman. What are we, Cormay, moon-to-moon convenience? 1 hour developing? Instant obedience? What of those countless comedies where men adopt the closure of depraving rules, which then they break, yet meant to squelch again in stupid cycling symbolry of fools? Must we relive this universal farce, copying man's limits, but not his range? Can we across the ancient scriptings parse, to then all errors barely rearrange? For woman, truer study is expressed, rebonding molecules of every style, and making motive of another's mess of strain and stress, she dissipates his guile with captive frame, as travertines are made that honeycomb the silt of trust betrayed. When resistance wiggles, none can resist. Will cancer cure by cooing, please, don't spread? The stress of man marks beauty to assist, dividing life to cells that grow when dead. Man's a homicidal basket case, yet open baskets calm what they embrace. We're shutting him out, not shutting him down. If out and not down, he'll come back around. We want to be apart by being apart. Your parts will then for parts well known depart. Separation's often opportunity, and yet exclusion has no intimacy. If to project past man you act like him, he'll harder jut to guessing at the thrill. So let your better self his better win by war of woman's inclusant words and will. The rule is set, isn't it, Miss Lerner? As good persuasion as Cormay has made, and full of aperturing delegant, it seems contingents would not too dissuade the purpose of the spirit from this grant. So I have a thought. By vote we'll choose. A woman may enter if 2 women wish. A great idea, and free of prejudice. Cormay? Though setting up decisions such as these could cause this house to on itself implode through problematic sneaks and jealousies, I'll enter, trusting woman is no fraud. It's set. May woman now man's history of hustled lust and crazing rules reprove. Cormay enters the house, and Richard, cross-dressing as Vaseline, enters the room. Who are you? I'm the son after the brainstorm. Who are you? Bertha Lerner, director of the Women's Studies Department, and the university's granted me this house. Oh, ain't that sweet? I thought this menudo nest was meat, living in its attic since the embryo, but long comes Senorita Virago and snatches it for herself and pearled swine. Sorry, babe, but this Norm Grotto's mine. What are you? I am a pyloric lily, perfectly unnatural. What are you? We are women. What do say as a we men? Woman is life's only perpetual resource. Oh, then she is death. Woman is the backbone of society. Society needs less backbone and more forebrain. No men is now a bylaw of this house. Oh, but how can a bylaw say no men? Are you a man or are you not? I am a man, though to manliness I am AWOL. Why a wall? I am absence without leaving. Then we, as women, are staying with presence. Presence is the present that won't stay. You cannot stay being a man. If I can't stay being a man, I become a woman. If you must become a woman, then you are a man and may not enter. Being a man, I can only enter. Being a woman, you may never. So don't you see, your law is inapplicable when applied. Besides, it's very dull. Whatever you are, you're a man in a woman's house. Women, let's claim our rights. Oh, goody, leave me what's left and I'll be rich again. Bertha, Marla, and Lydia exit. Hello. Oh, hell. I didn't catch your name, because it's Vaseline and it slipped away. I'm Cormay. Did these subdermal birthmarks of black hole funny faces suck you in? Your chatter is all clatter. Then I will suck my speech like a vacuum. Cormay, do you swear to dance in this booth, this hold booth, and to wear nothing in this booth, so helpless dog? I've joined them, hesitantly, yes I have. Then listen, girl, and I will teach the fact that no fact-finders reach. Neurotic is that saming game of dying to rename a name. Every object errors light, and thus eradicates on sight. What you are is what you're not. Identity is mental clot. So let no group or plot define hers and his, yours and mine. Get it? Yes. Then give it. Goodbye. Bye, good. Cormay exits. Ever pleading after power, when will each be its own flower? Once again in my own brambles, I must bray and stir up shambles. Vaseline exits.
You just heard Want's Unwished Work. It was written and performed by Kirkwood Bromley. Active Listening is a project of New Dramatists and is produced by Corinne Keithley-Sires and Melissa Tien. More information on the series and a sonic visualization of each episode can be found by going to newdramatists.org/active listening. New Dramatists is one of the country's leading playwright centers and a nationally recognized new play laboratory. Its mission is to provide playwrights with time, space, and resources in the company of gifted peers to create work, realize their artistic potential, and make lasting contributions to the theater. Active Listening is made possible with generous support from the Venturous Theater Fund of the Tides Foundation.